Most people use ChatGPT by just typing a question and hoping the answer makes sense. But the truth is, the quality of the output depends almost entirely on the way you prompt it. And that's where the RICECO framework comes in. It's like a cheat code for getting ChatGPT to produce work that's not just okay, but sharp, clear, and actually useful. RICECO stands for role, input, context, example, constraints, and output. Each part helps you guide the AI step by step so it doesn't wander or give you vague results. Think of it like setting up a GPS. If you only type in the city, you might get lost. But if you put in the full address, the AI knows exactly where to go. That's what this framework does. It gives ChatGPT a map so it can deliver exactly what you need. Let's break this down and really understand how it works. The first step is role. This is where you tell the AI who it should act as. You could tell it to act like a teacher, a marketer, a lawyer, or even a fitness coach, hey? The point is that ChatGPT adapts its voice and perspective depending on the role you set. If you just ask a question without assigning a role, the AI might answer in a way that's too general. But if you tell it to act as a professional copywriter, suddenly the output has structure, persuasion, and the right tone. It's the difference between asking a random stranger for advice and asking someone who actually knows the field. Next is input. This is simply the raw material you feed into the prompt. If you want it to rewrite your text, the input is the text itself. If you want an analysis, the input might be a business scenario, a data set, or even just a problem you describe. The clearer and more relevant the input, the better the output. People often get disappointed with ChatGPT because they throw in vague inputs like, write a business plan. That's like asking someone to cook a delicious dinner without knowing what ingredients they have. The more specific your input, the more useful the response. Then we move to context. This is where you give ChatGPT the background it needs. Context helps the AI understand the situation so it can tailor the response. For example, if you ask for marketing advice but don't mention your audience, it might give you something too broad. But if you say your audience is college students who care about saving money, the advice will be a lot sharper. Without context, you're leaving the AI to guess, and it usually guesses too safe or too generic. Adding context is like turning on the lights in a dark room. Everything becomes clearer. The fourth part is example. This is one of the most powerful yet underused parts of the framework. If you want ChatGPT to create a certain style, give it a sample to follow. Let's say you want a script that sounds conversational. You can paste in a short example of your writing and tell the AI to mimic that tone. This instantly teaches it how to match your style. Without examples, it has to guess what you want, and it usually plays it safe with a neutral tone. With examples, it becomes much better at delivering work that feels customized. Constraints come next. These are the boundaries or rules you set. For instance, you might tell it to write under 1,000 words, avoid using technical jargon, or stick to a specific format. Constraints are what keep ChatGPT from going off track. Left on its own, it might ramble or include things you don't want, but when you set clear limits, you're shaping the output so it fits your exact needs. Think of constraints like guardrails on a road. They keep the AI from swerving into the wrong lane. Finally, there's output. This is where you specify the exact form you want the result to take. You might want a blog post, a YouTube script, a sales email, or a step-by-step guide. Without clarifying the output, the AI might still give you something useful, but it won't always match the format you need. When you're clear about the output, you get exactly what you can use right away without having to spend time reshaping it. Now here's where the magic happens. Most people use just one or two of these parts without realizing it. Maybe they set a role or add a constraint, but they skip context or examples. That's why the results feel hit or miss. When you use all 6 parts together, ChatGPT suddenly feels like a professional assistant who understands exactly what you need. Let's make this more concrete by working through an example. Let's say you want ChatGPT to write a product description for a new eco-friendly water bottle. Using the RICECO framework, your prompt could look like this. Role: act as a professional e-commerce copywriter. Input: a stainless steel water bottle that keeps drinks cold for 24 hours and hot for 12 hours, made from recycled materials. Context: the product is aimed at environmentally conscious college students who value sustainability but also want style. Example: the low-key aesthetic masks serious performance. 24 hours cold, antimicrobial drinking surface, leak-proof design. For those who prefer their gear to speak quietly but carry serious weight. Refined restraint, reliable performance. Constraints: Write under 200 words, use simple language, and avoid overused phrases like revolutionary or game changer. Output: a polished product description ready for an online store. When you line up all 6 parts like this, the result you get is way more targeted, persuasive, and useful than if you had just typed, "Write a product description." It's structured guidance, not a vague wish. And the best part is that once you get the hang of it, you can use RICECO for almost anything. Need a YouTube script? Use RICECO. Need an email campaign? Use RICECO. Need a business strategy outline? You guessed it, RICECO. The framework scales because it works with the AI's strengths. And yes, it takes a little more effort to set up prompts this way, but the time you save on editing, rewriting, and clarifying is massive. Instead of wasting 20 minutes fixing a sloppy draft, you spend 2 minutes writing a strong prompt and get something close to finished on the first try. Another key advantage is consistency. If you're running a business, consistency in tone, quality, and style is everything. By using RICECO, you can create prompts that deliver similar results every time. That's not only useful for you, but also if you have a team. You can hand them the framework, and they'll be able to produce the same kind of results without guesswork. One clever way to do this is to build prompt templates. You can write a general RICECO structure for common tasks you do, and just fill in the details each time. For example, if you often ask for blog posts, you can set a role like SEO blogger, set constraints like around 1,500 words, simple vocabulary, and lock in the output as fully written article. Then each time you just swap the input and context and you've got a reliable system. The more you play with RICECO, the more you'll notice how powerful it is. You'll also start to see where most people go wrong with prompting. They skip context, forget to add examples, or never bother with constraints. Then they blame the AI for being vague, but the real issue is the prompt. Once you fix that, the quality goes way up. You don't always need to use every part of RICECO. Sometimes input, context, and output are enough. Other times, adding an example makes a huge difference. The point isn't to be rigid, it's to use the pieces that make sense for the task. But when you do use all 6, you get the sharpest results. So the next time you open ChatGPT, don't just toss in a lazy one-line question. Treat it like an actual conversation where you set the ground rules. Give it a role, share your input, add context, show an example, set constraints, and clarify the output. It sounds like a lot at first, but once you practice it, it becomes second nature. I've linked some more helpful tools in the description to grow your business, so check those out. Do you use ChatGPT in your business at the moment? How do you find it? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe while you're there.